Good morning. When this war with Iran started, I put out a video on this channel that was focusing on all the potential nuclear implications of the war, like potential for nuclear war, which seems way ahead of the overreaction to be talking about nuclear war in the opening days of this war, especially as the months have dragged on. Because if you're anything like me, you've been driven a bit nuts by this consensus that's developed that this war is not that serious, or that this war can be ended quickly and that we can all move on to the world the way it was and everything will be cool. It can't happen that way. We'll drop nukes for now because I'm going to talk about the two major points that put us in the situation where maybe you've heard more about Pickaxe Mountain the past couple days. We're coming full circle, okay? So there's 2 points. People who are acting, I've heard smart people say Trump should just walk away. It's too late. He can't. He kind of tried to with the MOU, but he couldn't. Right, because issue 1, for a very, very long time now. See, if you go way back in the past, you would have to pay tolls when you passed through straits, like say the Straits of Malacca. The early European explorers going through those regions would have to pay tolls and taxes or they'd get attacked, and sometimes get attacked anyways. If you go back to the earliest days of the Romans and the Carthaginians, and when the Mediterranean was more multipolar, it was very, very common, and actually getting rid of the pirates was a huge thing the Romans did that kind of, turned them into a big, strong empire with safe trade. That's huge. But anyways, it's been hundreds and hundreds of years now that the global international law of the oceans has essentially been that these straits are international waterways. This became the norm largely because Western gunboats roamed the world trading, and eventually the power projection overwhelmed and it became the norm that the seas were safe to travel on. Well, for now that's in question. Hundreds of years, a global human civilizational development, free and open passage through the straits of the planet. If Iran sets a precedent that's no longer the case, then that's a precedent. All right, this is serious. We could see LBJ couldn't even bring himself to walk away from Vietnam, and this wasn't on the line in Vietnam. This is very, very serious, okay? And a lot of us already know this, but I'm losing it because everyone, the vibe for months has been everything's going to be cool. It's not. But we had to watch the MOU get signed and had to watch that play out, because this comes to the second point. So point 1 is a new precedent has been set that's altering the way the world has worked. Oh my gosh, you almost hit my coffee. Hey, pup. You want to see my dog? Hi. Hey, see the camera? Oh. How you doing? Okay, so, all right, I'll pet you in a second. All right, so the first big point is a new precedent. If we allow this to stand, if we just walk away, we basically destroy the global trading order as it was and open up a new era of multipolarity, which is kind of hilarious because and I'm sorry I'm filming this horribly, the entire idea of this would have been to stifle multipolarity. And this is the irony of life that jackasses like Donald Trump don't get because they were born with a silver spoon in their freaking mouth, is that, a lot of the times, if you push something in the wrong way, you'll get the opposite back that you wanted to get. Now, if you have enough money, a lot of the times you can steamroll through that and learn a false lesson about life. But, Trump's hubris and pride might be breaking on the Zagros Mountains. And it's kind of poetic because it probably took something like that to do it. Second major issue, and this is why Trump was trying to do the MOU, and why they want to end it before midterms, etc. But the force required to put this back to the way it was and to it's to reinstitute the laws of the ocean. The only way to do that is to break Iran and to make them voluntarily or involuntarily, to make them accept that they're not allowed to power project like that in their region after what we did to them. So, so this is why all of a sudden you might start thinking about nukes. Because the USA nuked Japan twice to win the war, and no one got in trouble for that. So, and this is a serious, serious issue. Right, so I think this is the thing. Something way more serious might happen than people expect, and the war might just keep happening and happening and happening. And if that's happening, this is why. It's because it would be like the entire Western world taking a 500-year step backwards, and then the people who would have to own that would be humiliated. They're also too belligerent and idiotic to ever take their hand. I mean, they're going to push it until it breaks. When we take them off of it, they're going to say the only reason it didn't work is because we stopped them. You know, that's the kind of people who get in this spot to get us here. So, anyways, what an absolute freaking mess. And this is the kind of stuff that I think the United States of America is in like a pre-revolutionary state. The people, see, the Epstein thing doesn't even go away. That has delegitimized our government, just that topic on its own. The people don't feel represented. They're being taxed to hell. And the government's run by perverted psycho trash. And so, and it's not like just a new development with this admin. If you're a Democrat, I hate to tell you, but I hate everyone in your party too. So sorry. So anyways, if the war keeps escalating, and if it escalates even to like a nuclear state, this is why. It's because and the reason I made this is because I'm listening to so much stuff about the war, because I find it so freaking fascinating to see it happening in front of your eyes in real life. I just can't look away. But, you know, people are losing the forest for the trees here. This is serious. It's not going to end. We can't just walk away, because if we walk away, we've surrendered a precedent that the world's oceans are now potential revenue streams for rivals. So anyways, if you're in the military, I'd be making sure I'm doing push-ups and drinking my damn milk. All right, y'all take care. Have a great day. I'll show you a little... I'm not going to show you my place. Y'all take care. See ya.